Hey everyone, this is Derrick Broze with the Conscious Resistance, and today I wanted to take a moment to introduce you to some of the team who helps me produce content and do all of the work that I do. I started the Conscious Resistance more than 12 years ago now, 2013, 2012, and at first it was just a simple blog where I was posting some of my crazy anarchist spiritual thoughts, and then I started to get some help from different people. I want to mention a couple of them before we introduce those who are helping me now. The Conscious Resistance, the website as it looks and stands, wouldn't exist without Neil Rademacher. Neil has been with me since the very beginning. He actually found my work and said, your website looks like shit and I want to make it better. And then he sent me a camera, he sent me a computer and helped me get my work going. And as I said, built the entire website. So I wouldn't have been able to do this without him. So thank you, Neil, for all the help over the years. I also want to mention Bob, who is our shirt guy. If you ever order shirts through our website, which is another great way to support us, then Bob is the one who mails them to you. He's based in Texas, and he is the one who makes sure that people all around the world are walking around carrying the messages of you are powerful, you are beautiful, you are free, you are a creator, and all of our other shirts. So thank you, Bob, for the help over the years. And then finally, I want to mention my partner, Miriam Gomez, who many of you have met. Miriam has done a lot of work behind the scenes as well. Miriam designs most of my graphics, my flyers, does a lot of digital work for me. And so if you've seen some sort of graphic that I've put out or a flyer promoting an event I'm doing or the tours we've done, that's all been Miriam. So thank you for the help. Now, today, I'd like to introduce two friends who are also helping with the Conscious Resistance and are really, again, an integral part of this team. Although you usually only see me on screen and I'm the one talking and writing and doing this stuff, I really couldn't do it without the help of some friends. So today I want to introduce you to Donvia Jr. and to Echo. What's going on, guys?
Hello.
Hi, Derek. It's good to see you
Hey,
again,
guys.
brother.
Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. Yeah, and look, let's just get right to it. Don, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself briefly and tell everybody what you do for TCR?
Yeah. So this will be probably the second time I've actually introduced myself to the audience. Most of them may not remember, though. I mean, it was a couple years ago you brought me on and we talked about a couple of the articles that I wrote right at the beginning of me helping out. But long story short, I'm the editor for the Free Thought Project. I co-host the Rundown Live with Kristan T. Harris, although we've been on quite the hiatus for most of this year. And I've been doing independent journalism for about a decade or so. I started about 2015, finally got introduced to Matt and Jason from the Free Thought Project through a mutual friend of Derek's and mine, John Vibes, back in 2020. And that really started what I consider to like be the official professional aspect of my journalism career, because before that I was just making posts on Facebook about how corrupt and messed up the government was and all of that. But beyond that, I've studied history and theology and pretty much anything to do with that for about 20 some odd years. I got really interested into it at a really young age, about 8 years old, and just started reading as many books as I could about history and religion, and obviously that it ends up, bleeding over into politics and all those sorts of things. And started developing my own sort of political ideas and beliefs around 2012-ish, I think, during the Ron Paul movement. Before that, I just, grew up in a typical Southern conservative household. So that's just kind of what I held by default until I started thinking, hey, maybe I don't need to believe all the things that my family believes, and started coming up with my own ideas. And I thought Ron Paul was really onto something. And so from there up until now, I just sort of made that slow transition from conservative to libertarian to now just being a full-on anarchist. And if you, obviously, anybody watching knows Derek's works, my ideas about liberty and personal sovereignty are pretty much identical to his. So that's where I'm at with that. Yeah, that's
Sweet.
pretty much it. I mean, beyond that, I mean, I promote on the side, I promote the revival of Norse paganism and heathenry. I'm a very devout Norse pagan, believing in the old.
He's a literal heathen.
Yes, a literal heathen, promoting, the revival of the ancestral faith of many of the people of Europe and whatnot, and trying to push back against some of the nonsense, because unfortunately in the heathen faith we do have some people that want to try to take it and pervert it and twist it to promote white supremacy. So we got to stamp out that nonsense and, just tell people that it's okay to connect with your indigenous faith of wherever you come from, no matter whom you are, much like Derrick's work with indigenous beliefs here in the Americas and whatnot. And so that my page doing that is called The Heathen Herald on Facebook. I just started it recently, and it was primarily just to like post, memes and videos about heathenry from other content creators, and did not expect it to blow up the way it did. But I started in November, and now it's already close to like 3,000 followers. So I was like, okay, I guess people vibe with it.
Yeah, you found an audience. Okay, Echo, why don't you go ahead and share a little bit about your just who you are and whatever else you want to share? Because we've known each other for over 10 years now.
Yeah, we've known
the beginning of my work, really.
A very long time. A friend like shared a video of yours. And so I was like, oh, cool. This person seems cool. And I started looking at your stuff. But yeah, I mean, I am a videographer. I have been an activist for a really long time and would mainly go out with a camera a lot of the time. And, it was like, I guess 2012, went in Occupy, going out with my camera. And it wasn't really until like, I think like HB2, I think I still kind of had some hope in like this like structure of like that voting could potentially do something. And then HB2 happened in Texas, which is like the abortion bill. And being there and like just seeing all this stuff like kind of go down, it really like shaped me in a way that I was like, yo, this is not like, they don't really care about our voice like at all. Like it's not like working the way like your person is supposed to be representing their community, and they're representing their party. And it was a wake-up call, if you will. And then I got really into like environmentalism and working with various groups with that, going to Standing Rock. And I've worked with the Notice blog as a videographer. And now I could just kind of do, I work with Take Back Our Tech. I do video editing for Take Back Our Tech, which is awesome. Definitely check us out there, tbot.substack.com for sure. But then I do a lot of my own like content creation, more in like the vlogging sphere. I do have more like structured stuff that I'm planning. I sit on so much footage. You should see the amount of footage that I have that I need to like. I'm a video editor, so I know how to edit, but like it's like so much easier for me to sit down and help other people like and edit their stuff than for me to be like, all right, sit down and edit your stuff now. But anyway,
you have experience as well living in community, right? I mean, that's
yeah. I lived in an eco village in Austin for like 6 years, and it was also life-changing. And I plan on living in another one soon, whether it's like forming one with other people or joining one. I don't really know how that's going to go. I'm open to either idea, but I know that I want to join a community. It's incredibly important to me. And I'm also working on a lot of communication stuff, like working on communication. I feel like if in general the world was better with their communication, like, and being able to talk to people that you have differing views with and not instantly like shutting down or getting defensive, being more perceptive. I don't know, like so I'm also working on a bunch of stuff in that regard.
Cool.
Yeah. That's
awesome. Well, thank you guys for sharing. Let's just talk briefly about how you guys help Conscious Resistance. Don, why don't you share a little bit about what you do for us?
Yeah, totally. First of all, for viewers watching, sorry my camera quality dropped. My first camera crashed, so I had to open up the second backup integrated camera because gotta love having tech issues. But basically, I just help Derrick with the social media management side of things. A little bit of research here and there from time to time, but for the most part, it's just making sure we have articles going out on Telegram and Facebook, and we have things scheduled, and we have a constant stream of content going out on our two social media platforms in that regard on Telegram and Facebook, and just making sure things are running smoothly there.
Yeah, which is a huge help. I don't want to downplay how big of a help that is, because, you know, prior to Echo and Don coming along over the last year or so, besides the folks that I mentioned, Bob helping with shirts and Neil helping with website stuff from time to time, and Miriam helping with graphics, I'm pretty much have always been for the last decade producing content, writing content, and then trying to remember, oh wait, I got to schedule stuff. Oh wait, I have like 10 years worth of stuff I should be reposting and promoting. And that becomes time consuming in ways that I think, you know, kind of slow me down. So to have the help of you, Don, on Telegram and Facebook is a really big thing. So for everybody who's been seeing different contents like the throwbacks, you know, when you have 10 years plus of content, there's a lot of stuff to go mine and kind of rebroadcast out there. And so it's a big help to have you on the team, man. And Echo, what about you? How do you want to share about how you've been helping?
Yeah. So I grab clips. I am a clip grabber of Derrick's work, and I also run the TikTok, the Conscious Resistance TikTok. I know people have issues with TikTok, but you can reach a lot of people with TikTok.
We're reaching people, some, right?
You can reach a lot of people, and it's not all bad. You just gotta it's moderation, okay?
We've been steadily growing over there as well. So if you're on TikTok and you didn't know, we are there.
Yes, we are there.
And again, that's a huge help too as well, because like I might do in 1 week, like a busy week, let's say 3 or 4 videos. But I get in a bad habit of just like, okay, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? And, you know, in the age of social media, people like short clips or even longer clips to let people know, hey, in case you missed it, here's an interview, here's a report you might've missed. And the help that you give by cutting up those clips, that allows me to then share them on my Twitter and elsewhere. And then Don picks them up and puts them on Facebook and puts them on Telegram. And then of course you're on TikTok, and then we do have the Instagram as well. So that's another huge help, just to kind of slice up the content and give it another chance to get some more life and to reach people. So definitely really appreciate that from you as well. Where can people keep up with you if they want, like Echo, if they want to follow you to keep up with your vlogs? I know you're mainly active on TikTok, but what are the best places that people, besides you mentioned helping out with T-Bot, like for your personal work, your personal journey?
So if you go to @WakingUpEcho on most social media, that's where you'll find me. I hope to be starting on Substack soon, but it'll also be under Waking Up Echo. Waking Up Echo is like the way to go. Also, if you want to look at, I tried to find if this is like the exact link, but I do have a Telegram channel called Idea Garden that I will, I plan on growing, and I've just been kind of like nervous about sharing, so why not share it right now? So if you search
time to start.
yes, if you search Idea Garden, I'm going to be posting more stuff on there as well. A lot of it too is because I'm about to come out with I've been creating this series over the past few months that's about kind of my journey in getting my, I called it autonomy, where it's like getting my autonomy, where it's like I talk about like wanting all these things to be different, right? And like not using an Apple Watch, right? Or not using these certain things, and kind of like my journey and how do I do that? Like obviously I'm still wearing an Apple Watch right now. I know it's horrible, but I plan on switching this, and I found some like different alternatives. And so it's kind of like that whole thing. So that's what you'll be able to see on Idea Garden or my channels. So
cool. And we'll definitely put all the links in the show notes. Don, you mentioned a couple links already, but if people want to keep up with your work, just share everything you got where people can follow up.
Yeah, sure. The best place to go for, obviously, like I mentioned, I'm the editor for the Free Thought Project, and I co-host our podcast from time to time with Matt and Jason. So just go to thefreethoughtproject.com, and obviously, a lot of our pages got nuked. So on some social media, we're on like Free Thought Project V3, Free Thought Project 2.0, something like that. But for the most part, if you're able to find myself or Matt Agarist or Jason Bassler, you'll be able to find links to the Free Thought Project on Facebook, Telegram, Instagram, wherever we're at. You can follow The Rundown Live on either at therundownlive.com or on Rumble. rumble.com/the rundown live, I believe it is. Like I said, we've been on hiatus for nearly a year, so forgive me for not really recalling. And for me personally, you can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/Donvia Jr. That's just DonViajr. Sometimes I'm on there, sometimes I'm not, because it's kind of a dumpster fire of social media. So I sometimes post on there, and sometimes I take several weeks off and just ignore the site completely. But I do post important things there, when they are relevant. And if you just so happen to, want to follow or learn information about Germanic heathenry and polytheism, follow the Heathen Herald on Facebook, and you should be able to find it relatively quickly. Just type that into the search bar and see it pop up.
Very cool. Do you have a Telegram channel as well, like your own individual Telegram channel?
That's right. Thank you. That's the ADHD. My own Telegram channel just completely flew out of my own mind. Yeah, I'm also on Telegram. You can find Break the Matrix on Telegram. That's my personal page. I've been running since 2015. It's on both Facebook and Telegram. Just look up Break the Matrix, or on Telegram at Break the Matrix News. And that is there as well.
Cool. We'll put all those links in the show notes, guys. And I wanted to do this short video just so you can see who is helping me and really understand that this is a team effort. So when you're supporting my work and you only see my face, just know that there are other people behind the scenes helping make this possible. And I really couldn't do this without you guys. I think that my reach has increased because of your clips, Echo. And I think the consistency of letting people know that I'm doing work is staying, strong because of you, Don, as well. Because, with me being busy, there'll be times where prior to you guys coming along, I won't post on Facebook for weeks or months, or, I just kind of get lost in keeping up with the platform. So the help you guys offer is really, really great and appreciated. And all the links to their channels, guys, are in the show notes. Please go give them a follow, check out what they're doing on their individual journeys, support them. If we support each other like this, then we can all continue to grow. Any other thoughts, guys?
I guess a closing thought would be, like Derrick mentioned, networking and community is really important to continuing to promote these ideas of individual liberty and pushing back against this technocratic nonsense that they're attempting to impose on us. So, do whatever you can to exit and build.
All right, guys, we're going to leave it there for now. Until next time, as always, remember, you are powerful, you are beautiful, and you are free.